Just over a year and 3 months ago, I sent out an outreach message to my probably number one dream client at the time. Someone massive in the fitness space. I'm not going to name drop him, but you probably know who it was if I was to say the name. And I continued following up with that person multiple times per month, maybe once per week or once every 2 weeks, with just like new free stuff I was making for him, new Loom videos, new everything, trying to sign him as a growth operating marketing client. Now, uh, that person messaged back, and then we kept going back and forth, where there would be weeks where I would get nothing, and then I would have some weeks where we would talk all the time, like we were about to start working together, until I met him in person in mid to late 2025, and then met him in person again just over a month ago. And that person still never became actually growth operating marketing clients for me. But it might have turned into something even better, or maybe not yet, but might in a few months from now, I might be able to look back at it and say it turned into something even way better than any little growth operating client. And that's because this person is very well connected. And this person is well connected to all the biggest fitness influencers and all that. So from since about the beginning of 2026, he sent me a few smaller fitness clients for me to operate for, and then he takes a percent, I take a percent of those clients, where we're scaling those people's high ticket fitness coaching businesses. But I found an issue there with those businesses. I found that so many of those creators have audiences of 180 to 800,000 followers. However, most of their followers are completely broke. They're very young, as mostly from entertainment-esque content, which breeds the absolute worst audience to sell any high ticket info to. So I think selling high ticket fitness coaching still works, and I still sell high ticket fitness coaching for those clients. But that gave me some desire in my mind, some desire to find some way to sell something to those super unqualified, those super broke young people. Now, if this was a few years ago, I would have to say this will be have to be like some low ticket guides, something even but like something cheaper like that would probably perform even worse than the high ticket coaching. But now, since there's AI, now I found a much better solution to that problem, and that is I'm building an app. Now, I'm not going to say what that app is all about yet. I'm going to wait for a few more weeks until we actually launch. But a app that those fitness influencers can sell to their audiences to directly combat the fact that they're broke. And that's obviously because the app subscription will be way cheaper. And then that also uh, makes it so that I have the fitness creators kind of going through my system instead of I'm the one being hired by those fitness creators, making things much smoother. And that makes it so I'm also able to build a real company. And the only reason I'm even able to even think of the idea of building an app is simply because of how much you're able to do now with AI. However, that doesn't mean you could just go to any random ChatGPT chat or Claude chat and just tell it, make me an app that will make me 50K, 100K a month, make no mistakes, and then it will just do it. Obviously, a lot of stuff still goes into that, which is why I've been spending anywhere from at least like 5 to 6 hours, at most like 10 to 11 to even maybe 12 hours per day on building this app. And that's the business I've been spending maybe about 10 hours, maybe just less than 10 hours per day on building. And it's not even a business that exists yet. And that's just over the past couple of weeks I've been spending all that time building this business so I could launch in about mid-May. And it's really a weird thing to think about because normally what I'm used to is spending hours on building an info company. So you're taking a rev share, so you're going to make more money from that percent directly, because obviously the more money you make for the business, the more money you make for yourself. Or back in the day when I was just doing email copywriting, signing retainers on that, it would simply be I'm spending more time sending outreach and signing retainers and just stacking how much I make per month. But now all of this work that I've been doing every single day, obviously on top of all that I'm doing for my actual info clients, most of the time simultaneously. I have two monitors up, one with Claude Code and Claude Chats, and then I have one where I'm actually doing stuff with info clients. All that stuff in the past was stuff that has like very direct input output. It's just like, okay, make the client more money by doing these few things. Okay, now I make more money from my rev share. But building this app has been the weirdest thing mentally for me, because I'm putting so much effort into something that doesn't even exist yet. I haven't made a single dollar from the app, and I'm working so much on it, but I know that it'll still be worth it in the end. Where this is a multi-month, multi-year maybe plan, where this is the type of business that's a real company, instead of me just having jobs where even operating for like info people, where I'm taking anywhere from 10, 15, 20, 25% of these businesses. It's still a job in the end. It's still just money for the month. There's no real company there. There's nothing that tells you that that client won't just drop you next month. There's nothing that tells you that you won't want to drop that client next month. There's nothing stable really about it, other than the fact that you're growing your own skill set and you know that you are able to sign more clients and you're able to make your current clients more money. That's completely different with something like building an app, which will actually be a real company, though, where that's something where you're stacking the monthly growth by growing the army of affiliates, or maybe you're having multiple accounts with social media stuff, or pouring into ads. That's really something where I have full ownership of that, and that's really just up to me to continue growing on all those different pillars to actually grow it as a company until I want to sell it in the end, which you can't do with any operating business, of course. It kind of reminds me of back when I first started everything. Back in late 2023 to early 2024, when I was just starting like my email copywriting agency, where I was working all the time on, getting leads, like just taking screenshots of Instagram profiles and later going through all those profiles, sending outreach messages to all of them, not signing some client or getting conversation for many, many months. And that reminds me of the same thing, because back then that was doing so much work for a later result. That's what I have now, and then this seems like I'm kind of restarting that again with this other business, which I guess that's just how it goes when you start a new business. There's a lot of upfront effort for no result, and then results will come in the end. If that's where you're at with your business right now, you're working a lot for no results, then I want to encourage you that results are probably coming, as long as you're actually doing the right things. And for me, it's a little easier this time because I kind of know the results are coming. I'm like quite confident the results are coming. I remember the first time when I was going through this phase with the email copywriting retainers thing. At that point, I kind of knew that I was going to get results, but that was kind of just me being me having faith, or me being delusional in a good way. Not actually delusional, but in a good way. Knowing that results were coming, with no like logical real reason to know results are coming. This time it's a little bit easier because I actually have logical reasons to think that results are definitely coming. But for you, I want to encourage you that even if you have no logical reason, really your faith that results are coming, your belief that results are coming, is going to be what's going to keep pushing you to actually get to the point where results are coming. If you want to keep watching me through the journey of building this app, and then also I'm still an info operator, that's like what I do with most of my time. If you're interested in anything to do with marketing or building business like that, check out my channel. And if you like this type of stuff that I post, then yeah, give me a subscribe on this channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.